Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy again. This is Dyl Talks Sports. We're finally back, man. It's the NFL season. I've been waiting all off season for the fucking NFL season because it's the best time of the year. This is, again, a Dyl Talks Sports Week 1 picks. Quick little analysis with that because I don't want this video to be too long. For the longer video, check out the YouTube. Links in the bio. Going to be dropping a longer breakdown analysis on why I think each team's going to win there a little bit later today. So appreciate everyone joining along. So happy we're back. Finally, Week 1 NFL. Let's get it right into it. Week 1 NFL season starts off with the Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. And after the Cowboys' wonderful Micah Parsons debacle, where they just said, we don't need him, he's not that good. I'm riding with the Eagles, of course. I don't really think that's a question. Coming off the Super Bowl, there could be that hangover, I think. But at home, got to think the Eagles are going to get it done. Always seem to re-gear very well. Of course, Howie Roseman's a great GM. They got Hurts. They got, Sirianni. They got the whole system there. So that's how we do it right there. Next game we got is the Chargers and the Chiefs. That is Dill's toss-up of the week. I think that game could go either way. The reason I say that, the game's in Sao Paulo. Long trip for both teams. You never know how you're going to adjust and what's going to happen there. So I think Mahomes is still great, but I think Herbert in his second year with Jim Harbaugh, I think they could sneak that one out and get an early divisional win, which would be big for the San Diego Chargers, for the Los Angeles Chargers. Let's get it. Next game we got is Arizona versus New Orleans. Not really a hard pick here for me. I got to go with Arizona. New Orleans hasn't showed me anything in the offseason, haven't gotten better at the quarterback position. I think starting Spencer Rattler might be a mistake. I guess we'll see what happens because Tyler Shoke showed me a little bit more in preseason. But Kellen Moore's got that team hopefully working well, and we will go from there. So next game we got is Miami and Indianapolis. Not a hard game for me. I know you guys think I'm going to go with Miami, but I'm going to go with Indy this game. I just think Indy, I don't think people are giving Indy the credit for as good as Shane Steichen is a coach, and I think Danny Dimes isn't as bad as people think he is. I think he can win decent amount of games if you let him use his legs. I think he's very dangerous on the ground. Yeah, he might not kill you with his arm, but he has the arm to make the throws when he needs to, and I just think the Colts have a better team. So we'll see. Maybe Miami's back this year with Tua being healthy, hopefully, and they can put up points again. But based on what I'm seeing, I'm riding with the Indianapolis Colts. Next game we got is, of course, the Vegas Raiders versus New England Patriots. I'm, of course, riding with the New England Patriots. I love Mike Vrabel as a coach. I think he's a top 5 coach in the league and has been consistently since he's been in the league. I think Tennessee Titans made a mistake firing him. I guess we'll see. But Drake May in his second year, I think he's going to really develop, especially with Mike Vrabel. New England's gotten better. Vegas, of course, has gotten better. Pete Carroll there, Geno Smith, of course, Justin Jonte. They got Brock Bowers. They got them boys. But long trip from Vegas to New England. It's in New England. I just think New England gets the dub. I think that regime and what Vrabel's doing there, I think they get off to a good start. So, boom. Next game is a great game. Pittsburgh versus New York Jets. Great game in the fact that Aaron Rodgers going back to New York to kind of prove what he can do. I think Rodgers is going to be a lot better. The only reason I think Rodgers didn't play that good last year was he's a 41-year-old coming off an Achilles tear. It's going to take him more than 4 games to get healthy. And if you look at the end of the season, Aaron Rodgers played a lot better. I love Justin Fields in New York. I think, Fields, I want him to stay on the Bears when he was there. They went a different direction, but I think, if the Jets let Fields do what he's best at, which is run the ball and throw when he's on time and on target with the play action, that they can make that a game. I think the defense is going to be better for the Jets, and hopefully Aaron Glenn's got that team playing better. But I like Pittsburgh in the game. I think Rodgers a lot healthier coming off the Achilles this year. Mike Tomlin's, of course, a great coach. He has DK out there, and hopefully they can make something happen because I think that's a really good team. Of course, TJ Watt's going to make something happen. So that's going to be a great pick. Aaron Rodgers going to ball out this year. That's no question. Next game, Washington Commanders, New York Giants. I'm not going to say much about this game. I think if Jackson Dart started, it might be a bigger toss-up than people think. But Commanders coming off a great year last year, made an NFC Championship game. Of course, Jaden Daniels is the truth, and hopefully he doesn't have a sophomore slump like it just seems to happen with quarterbacks. No one knows why. It just seems to happen. But the Giants, I think, until Jackson Dart gets out there, I think they're kind of in no man's land. I think Russ had his run, but I think Russ is kind of on the tail end of his career. So hopefully Russ can be a great mentor for him, and they can move forward with that. But we'll see from that. Next game we got Carolina-Jacksonville. I really like Carolina in this game. Don't know what it is about Jacksonville I don't like. Liam Cohen's first game, got to kind of see what he has to do with Trevor Lawrence and how Trevor Lawrence is going to develop under him, because what I've seen from Trevor Lawrence I haven't loved. Carolina, really like Carolina. Bryce Young in his, third year now. I think Bryce Young is going to prove some stuff to people. They got Toro, McMillan. Hunter Renfrow, I think he could be an issue if he gets the playing time. Still has a route running ability, coming off that injury and just whatever he had. But going to make something happen there, and I think Dave Canales is a great coach. So going with Carolina in that game. Next game we got Atlanta and Tampa Bay. I think that's going to be a really good game as well, kind of a toss-up. I got to ride with my Tampa Bay Bucks for my family in Clearwater. My boy that's from Lakeland. So we're going to ride with Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think Baker Mayfield, of course, is still playing great. Mike Evans is the truth. The defense is still good. Todd Bowles been a great coach. In Atlanta, Penix, I like Penix a lot. I think Drake London's a baller. Of course, Bijan's a baller. So we're going to have to see what they are. They played a lot better at the end when Penix came in, but don't know exactly what we're going to get from him yet. So we will see there, and we'll keep moving on from there. Next game, we got the San Francisco 49ers versus the Seattle Seahawks. As much as I want to pick the 49ers, I can't based off what I saw of last year and what I saw of the Seahawks, where they were only getting better. I think Sam Darnold's going to continue to ball out. I think he's that good of a player. I think Jackson Smith-Njigba has a big year. I think Cooper Kupp has a big year. And don't sleep on my boy Todd Horton from CSU. But I got to ride with the Seahawks based on the fact that, shout out Jake Sonzala. I know you'd be mad at me if I didn't pick y'all. So, and San Fran, I got to see what Christians is still and kind of what goes from there. So, boom. Next game is the Denver Broncos and the Tennessee Titans. Denver is my former home and Tennessee is my current home, but I got to ride with the former home. I think what Cam Ward's going to do in Tennessee this year could be close to what Jaden Daniels did last year. I don't think it's NFC Championship, but I think they could make a playoff push, especially in that division. But Denver, man, I think Denver is just going to continuously get better. Bo Nix in his second year, Sean Payton in Sean Payton's system for the second year. I just think it's going to be tough to beat them, and of course they already have that stacked defense, and their division is going to be hard. Of course, they probably have the hardest division of football, maybe besides the AFC North. So my Broncos fans out there, stay it, but y'all going to be all right. Cortland Sutton, I think you're going to get it done, and Bo Nix seems like the truth. So riding with the Denver Broncos in that game. 4 more games to go. We got Detroit and Green Bay. Man, that's a tough game for me now. I think it's a toss-up game. I'm going to ride with Green Bay. I think they're going to be riding that high from getting Micah Parsons, but also maybe they're riding that high so much that they lose. So that's another toss-up of the week for Dyl. I think it's going to be a really great game. I'm curious to see how Jordan Love does this year. I think he needs to continue to develop to show that he's the guy to do it. Jared Goff with a new coordinator, I think Jared Goff's going to be fine. He's always been fine. He doesn't get the credit he deserves for it. So, boom. Then we got LA Rams versus Houston Texans. I'm going with the Rams. I think Stafford's great. McVay's great. They still got the team. They're pushing forward. Puka Nacua, them boys, Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams. Of course, they got that. I just think they're the better team. I think, of course, Houston's got CJ Stroud. They can make it happen. But we got to get to the next video, so we're going with the Rams. So, boom. Sunday night, best game. Go Bills. Bills versus Ravens. Of course, we got the MVP versus the former MVP. Both great players, both great quarterbacks. I think the Bills get it done. They're at home. Last year in the stadium before they moved to their new home, it's going to be rocking in Buffalo, and I think the Bills get it done as much as Derrick Henry and them boys scare me. But go Bills. Let's go Josh Allen. Let's ride. Last game, we got my hometown Chicago Bears versus Minnesota Vikings. Chicago Bears at home. Caleb Williams, second year. First year under Ben Johnson. The Chicago Bears make a homestand and beat the Minnesota Vikings. We're not letting them infiltrate our home. I think Caleb has shown me in preseason he's got the poise. He can throw on time and make good decisions. This is the year that the Bears make something happen. I think playoffs isn't crazy to say. I like the defense. I like everything we got going on. But Minnesota's going to be a really good team this year. I think JJ is going to take a couple games to kind of get in that NFL rhythm of the actual games. But, of course, has Jay Jettis, Jordan Addison. I mean, you can't hate that. But anyways, boom. That was Dyl Talks Sports. Keep doing you guys. Keep building your dynasty. I love it. I'm so excited for the NFL to be back. And let's get it all year. Deuces.